Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock, a channel where megalithic sites can be seen from a different perspective. Indonesia was a land of Hindus and Buddhists and is littered with megalithic temples. Kalasan Temple is one of them. Kalasan Temple is in the special region of Yogyakarta province in Java Island. The locals call this Kalibening Temple until it was renamed by Western scholar J. Brandes in 1887 as Kalasan Temple because it is in Kalasa village back in the colonial days. It was this Kalasan inscription that a date was given to this site as 778 AD, and the king who was connected to this site is Rakai Panangkaran, who dedicated this monument to goddess Tara. So locals also call this Tara Temple or Tara Bawana. This towering temple is 34 meters tall. It sits on a square platform measuring approximately 34 meters by 34 meters. The base of Kalasan Temple is 14 meters by 14 meters. This impressive pile of polygonal stones done with ancient chisels could not have been lost in Javanese culture or tradition. An interesting mystery to this temple is the exterior of the temple has a layer of coating called Bajralepa. It is a protective layer made up of kaolite, calcite, silica, and chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite has copper and iron. This unique mixture was applied to the outer surface of the temple. It is not only a waterproof protection but also prevents against mold and moss from growing. The Bajralepa coating also enables the stone to be able to carve in greater details. But the most impressive feature is the ability to give it a golden color to the surface, as you can see a faint glow in the photo. Locals say it shines like a golden temple under the full moon in ancient times. Such knowledge available at that time is still a mystery. For simple explanation, we just call ancient Javanese highly advanced. The unique feature of this temple is the stepping stone at entrance known as Moonstone. This feature is available in South Indian temples. It is like a circle cut in half. This feature links ancient Mataram kingdom to South India. Although it is believed to have been built in 778 AD, we actually don't really know with certainty who built it. But I do know it was definitely left for nature to reclaim the land. It wasn't until 1927 that proper restoration was carried out by a Dutch archaeologist by the name Vincent van Rommon. It makes very little sense to me that such a magnificent structure was abandoned with no known reason, even after Islamic influence and the Hindu and Buddhist population declined. There will be more than enough Buddhist population to continue with this temple. When Buddhist and Hindu population declined, there was no population decline in Java. They just changed religion to Islam. The total population size was still growing exponentially over time. There was no shortage of Buddhists or Hindus to keep using the temple. If credits were easily given to ancient monks with chisels, where are these monks today with modern power tools to restore? I am sure even extensions and renovations can be done with modern power tools, but yet no one is doing it. If ancient Javanese monks built this, but their kids became Muslims, wouldn't there be polygonal megalithic mosques instead? Wouldn't the Javanese Muslim kids still be hammering bedrock when they grow up to build polygonal stone mosques without idols? This Buddhist temple was believed to have been built by King Panangkaran, but King Panangkaran was a Hindu. So, to make the story logical, mainstream says Hinduism and Buddhism were thriving in a highly tolerant society. Frankly, I am a little skeptical about this narrative. Hindus will build Hindu temple, Buddhists will build Buddhist temples. Once in a while they can help each other because they both live in harmony. But for a Hindu king to build a megalithic Buddhist temple is a little far-fetched to me. Have you seen a Sunday church offering collected to build a mosque or a temple? Have you seen Hindus collecting donations to build a church? Have you seen India build a Buddhist temple with taxpayers' money? Is there a Hindu temple built by Chinese emperor in China? So, that's why Panangkaran, being a Hindu king, built a Buddhist temple is a little suspicious to me. In reality, Buddhists, Hindus and Jains have been living in harmony for centuries, and they built their own religious place of worship. The leader of the country typically encouraged his own religion to flourish or suppress other religions from thriving. It seems to me that mainstream made up a story to fit their narrative. Look at the 7th century temple and the 15th century mosque. There is no major change in tools held in their hands. The same Javanese genetic pool grew exponentially. Therefore, making megalithic mosques should be easier when manpower grew 800 years later. Instead, we have wooden mosques with thatched roof from the same people. Kalasan Temple entrance is facing east. It is surrounded by 52 stupas standing at 4.6 meters tall. Many of the stone blocks are missing and the roof of the temple is just a hole for now. I wonder if this is the original form where a light was meant to shine through on certain days. Not much is said about sunlight on solstice and equinox. In terms of temple layout, it is a square base with stairs at 4 cardinal points. What are the odds that you can also get that layout in Chichen Itza in Mexico? This pattern can also be seen in Sewu Temple, which I will share in the coming videos. Sewu Temple has a layout which I find it hardly a possible coincidence when compared to Chichen Itza Temple in Mexico. Kalasan Temple, Sewu Temple and Chichen Itza Temple should be a reminder to humanity that someone else created all this. But when I see the artwork, I can't help but see the similarity as feathered serpent in Maya mythology. The famous Chichen Itza Pyramid looks pretty close in concept to me. The serpent creature coming down with a head at the bottom, mouth wide open, and a tongue sticking out is hardly a coincidence to me. In Indonesia, this creature is known as Makara. The only thing in common I can think of between Javanese and Maya is that they were both very much using stone tools in their daily lives. Metals were pretty soft, good for hunting, cutting chicken and making jewelry, not quarrying and carving bedrock. This temple is not only polygonal in masonry but also interlocking with mortise and tenon engineering. This is an amazingly advanced technology for wood to increase stability and durability. But I can tell you with great confidence, a typical house in Java is a simple wooden house. Megaliths are so hard to do. They actually took them from the temples for personal use. A complete reconstruction is impossible because many of the stone blocks are missing. Just like all other megalithic sites in Indonesia, local villagers used them to build other things. Some ended up as pillars and walls or foundation of a wooden house. Sculptures ended up as residential decoration. There are niches on the exterior temple with Kala on the top. It is depicted as an animal without its lower jaw. It symbolizes removal of negative energy and is probably a portal to the other side after stepping in with only positive energy. This metal-coated stone monument is like a structure meant for energy, where the interior is designed to either focus the energy to beam out or disperse when beamed in, just like the photo taken in Chichen Itza in Mexico. In a nutshell, Kalasan Temple is more closely linked to Chichen Itza Pyramid than Mataram Kingdom. The temple layout, the mysterious Bajralepa metal coating, which seems like an energy purpose, and the serpent architecture are three coincidences that we should revisit history from another perspective. Well, that's all for now. Hope you enjoy my presentation on Kalasan Temple in Indonesia, and see you next time. Sekian, jumpa lagi.